Hey, one thing I heard about yours, which I was talking to a guy at Reese, and I said, "What's the thing you like most about the Cobraflex printers?" And he said, "Well, I'll tell you right now, what I show in my demos, what my customers love, is I can do really fast transfer hot peel." He goes, "With their system and with their ink and film, I'm like dropping 3 seconds."
Yeah,
I said,
definitely.
"Really? Your speed at the heat transfer press is excellent," is what he said. And it's very, very good. And to
Certain
me,
brands,
that's
one
work.
second.
Yeah, that's workflow.
Mm-hmm.
That's workflow. And so many other people who are just selling a component. Hey, I sell a shaker, I sell a printer. They're not building out the whole workflow because that takes a lot of time and effort, right? You
It
have to,
does.
okay, here's my shaker, can't change that. Here's my printer, can't change that. Here's my ink, can't change that. Here's the film, here's the powder, here's the rip. Now let's build the whole thing through and make sure we get our 3 second peel. Yeah, we built the whole thing and it's 8 seconds, it's 10, it's 20, or hot peel doesn't work very well at all. Okay, now you got to rethink that entire workflow. It's not easy. So most people don't even bother. There is no bother in that respect. And you guys going through it, getting those really fast times means that how many t-shirts you do an hour is one of the is pieces of objective criteria on the success or failure because you might print really fast, but now you have a really long transfer time, and that's interfering with the overall productivity goals. Okay, printer is fast, but your transfer stinks.
Yeah,
It's hard to watch videos when somebody's pressing a shirt for 15 seconds
it is.
and
Scares me.
then they give it a second press for 10 more seconds. I
I
cringe.
know.
I'm thinking, you know, rub it together, put it by your ear, hear how loud it is. I mean, it's degradation to that print, really. Most garments, when you start doing that, you're going to get that dye sublimation that's going to come through it, and there's no growth, like you said, workflow wise, as far as production.
And the longer you cure that adhesive, the less it's going to stick to the shirt. You know, you want to cure
Okay.
that. I mean, there's a two base cure on an adhesive, right? So the first cure is going to be
In the dryer.
in the dryer, which we want to keep at a low temperature, and that keeps this soft, right? So then it comes out, and once you come out of the dryer, then you go into the heat press. That's your second cure. So if you have to heat it if you have the heat at 400 degrees, you've overbaked it, you end up peeling off, and if you go down to a lower temperature, just barely melting the powder. I mean, I look at it as a science, right? You know, there are people that sometimes they say, well, I'm under curing and I got a little bit of moisture. And I tell them that moisture sometimes will carry your print longer because you're not baking everything out of it, right? If you still got moisture, if you think about it, you still got moisture in that transfer, just like in screen printing. If you over cure screen printing, what happens? It breaks. Same thing as our inks and our powders, right? You cure it to the point where it's not necessarily over cured and not necessarily under cured. Making it melt, you just want to then get it into the heat press. That if you got a moisture feeling, it ain't gonna hurt anything. It's not gonna show up on your shirt. It's actually gonna help your process. It's gonna keep it softer in the dryer longer. You know, those are the type of things
Interesting.
that people look at.
I look at pressure.
Cool.
Pressure, when we did a lot of testing early on with DuPont too, we had our own wash facility here. We no longer do it anymore, but there was a lot going on, and the bridging of the fibers across the weave of the shirts, whether even, I mean, a cotton shirt even, or polyester, if there wasn't enough pressure, it you could see what would happen. It would not bridge. It would bridge across it, and not kind of go down into the valleys of it. That made a huge difference, and so we really strive on the pressure too. I think is a super key component, no matter what we're doing.